Number 45 in the playbooks, but number 47 in your hearts. Donald Trump is in fact Time Magazine's 2024 Person of the Year. But if we're being completely fair and honest, one other person of similar notoriety in certain circles, but somebody that you wouldn't necessarily dub Person of the Year, Cretin of the Year, Least Desirable Person of the Year, well, that award right there would have to go to one Alyssa Mercante, former senior editor for Kotaku. The fact that she has picked a fight with an entire economy, okay? Tried to pick a fight, in fact, because, that very famous screenshot comes from when she's trying to call out anybody who would just like to fight her, and then when somebody did answer that call, she decided, nah, I got better things to do. No, she has played the victim for the entirety of the year. Not a single moment of humanity has been discovered throughout this calendar year, and well, she decided to end the year on a high note by filing a ludicrous lawsuit against somebody that she is very much infatuated with Smash JT. It's like, Alyssa, he's a married man. You should probably reassess your life, you wannabe homewrecker. But honestly, who would throw away a happy, successful marriage for something like that? But Alyssa Mercante sues Smash JT. The YouTuber alleges a doxing and family endangerment. Yes, this is an interesting one, so let's take a look. Okay, former Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante filed a lawsuit against YouTube personality Smash JT, alleging stochastic behavior, defamation, bias-related violence or intimidation, intentional infliction of emotional damage, and tortious interference. Smash JT interfered with a contract? Okay. While announcing and sharing the filing on X, Mercante disclosed Smash JT's physical residential address to her followers. By the normal definition, this might refer to as doxing. Many of the followers have a history of hostility towards the popular YouTuber. Yeah, who just crossed 100,000 subscribers. Shout out to him. JT characterized Mercante's actions as an intentional dox and endangers his family. Yeah, because you take a look at the merits of the lawsuit and they're laughable, bro. Well, Mercante made sure to redact her own address from the public filing, citing her concerns for personal safety. Yeah, because you can post that. You can post the lawsuit without any personal information being out there, because if you're actually trying to seek a remedy, if you're trying to seek justice, you can do that without disclosing personal information. But of course, that would be if we're dealing with reasonable people. Alyssa is not a reasonable person. She had no issue sharing the lawsuit on her social media accounts, where she routinely stirs up plenty of hatred and animosity against, yes, Smash and a lot of other people. By doing so, she broadcasts my private information to her thousands of followers, many of whom have consistently been openly hostile towards me. Oh yeah, she has quite a sadistic following. JT described the alleged illegal doxing as reckless and honestly abhorrent act that jeopardizes his family's safety for someone who claims to fear for her own safety. This is some pretty strong hypocrisy at its finest. Not that I'd come to expect anything less from her. Mercante, known as a staunch defender of Kim Belair's narrative design firm Sweet Baby Inc., even managed to reference Sweet Baby Inc. in her lawsuit filing itself. Yeah, of course, because for as much as she wants to claim every one of her detractors she is the biggest grifter of them all. In 2024, a small Montreal-based narrative development and consultancy company, Sweet Baby Inc., do you work for them? We know that you are very likely on the take from them, but how does this have to do with your own personal relationship or your own personal legal battle? Found itself at the center of a fresh controversy, incorrectly accused by Gamergate enthusiasts, oh my god, of forcibly inserting gender or ethnic minority characters into a game, or otherwise tweaking its narrative presentation to follow or in favor of a general liberal bent. I mean, they do that in their own words, and they're very proud, and especially, Kim Belair, the CEO, is very proud to admit all of those things that you claim that she doesn't. But why do we need to get into specifics? Mercante's legal team also detailed the history of Gamergate controversies from 2018. That means U.S. judge will have to take time out of their own day to review Gamergate. Yeah, from 2018, 4 years after it all originally kicked off. The lawsuit itself is a blatant attempt to silence my work covering the gaming industry and a clear scream of jealousy over my success and my coverage of it, JT said. Among her claims, Mercante alleges I defamed her by stating that she sucks, tings for money, accusing me of making factually false statements with actual malice. Well, I mean, how did you get into the gaming industry? And then she says that, I suck wiener. Like, well, he's just running back her own words. So the lawyer argues that the statements constitute defamation per se under New York law. Sure. And it impugns her chastity. Bruh. And implies criminal activity. He also attributed alleged damages, including harm to her professional reputation. I mean, they got the screenshot of it right here? But nah, that's fine. They also attribute her alleged damages, including harm to her professional reputation, loss of economic opportunities, and mental anguish to my coverage. Unless the last time I checked, this was from your Twitter account, exactly one of the numerous references that are out there. But yeah, in regards to the legal team that Alyssa has employed, all three of Alyssa's lawyers are left-wing activists. One of them tweeted about Grums, who is writing this, and had actual defamation in those tweets. Not smart. I believe they gave her bad advice and convinced her that she could win. Now she's in over her head and deleting tweets, which if her attorneys actually cared about her and her case, would have advised her against. Yes, what do we mean? She's deleting evidence? Oh yes, we will get to that all in due time. But there's a multitude of follies that she's found herself in since filing this lawsuit, including Alyssa Mercante caught in conflicts of truth as gaming community rallies around YouTuber Smash JT, who he is very much looking like he's being the beneficiary of this lawsuit, even though it's like a significant headache, I would imagine. But by filing her lawsuit against YouTuber Smash JT, Alyssa Mercante was caught in a potential mistruth that could prove important legally. To make matters worse for the former Kotaku senior editor, the gaming community rallied around Smash JT, helping him to raise the $25,000 he needed to mount a legal defense with attorney Ron Coleman. Oh yeah, so Alyssa's hired a bunch of activists, and Smash has hired one of the most vicious attorneys practicing right now. Not exactly fair, but that's all right. And yeah, his give, send, go has blown past the $25,000 mark. Good for him. Well, Mercante announced that she was leaving the struggling gaming news site Kotaku. Yeah, it was her decision. I chose to leave, not you guys. After exactly 2 years, I've decided to leave Kotaku. So yeah, that's interesting. She's claiming that economic opportunities were lost, tortious interference on Smash's behalf, but she publicly admits that she decided to leave her only job and her only means of reliable income. Interesting. That would seem to be a definitive statement. Mercante was leaving her employer, and she was doing so for no other reason than because she had decided it was time to move on. At least that's what a reasonable reading of the statement might be. She reiterated these claims in the wake of the series of layoffs at Kotaku. The decision was made before the layoffs, and I'm even more glad that I made it. But leaving Kotaku was, by her admission, her decision. However, when she released her lawsuit against Smash JT, citing stochastic behavior, defamation, bias-related violence or intimidation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and tortious interference, there was an interesting bit of information dropped into page 47. Mercante lost her job and had a contract bought out by her now former employer. Oh, so she was a part of the layoffs. Lol. So it would seem that Mercante wasn't being truthful when she told the world that she had decided to leave Kotaku and seek new opportunities. It wasn't her decision after all, as she claimed in 2 separate ex-posts. Yes, at least that's very much how it appears based on the evidence. So yeah. But also, like, throughout this year, we've looked at the work that Alyssa has provided Kotaku, and honestly, making a review for one of the biggest releases of the year, all about your online battle with theoretical chuds, probably wasn't exactly the smartest thing that you could have done. Or the fact that, yeah, basically Kotaku's on death's doorstep and you're the most notable name. And if they're looking for troublesome boils to snip, your name was very likely right there at the top of the list. And it wasn't just Smash making videos on all of your cringy public outbursts. I mean, you challenged Vara Dark to a fight and then withdrew from that, and then continued to snipe behind a block button and then in the DMs as well. She's a very unhinged individual, so yeah, there was very likely a multitude of reasons that she lost her job and was laid off, as opposed to Smash being the direct reason as to why you were fired. But tweets, and like it was alluded to a little bit earlier, are going to play a big role in this upcoming lawsuit, because if discovery needs to happen, if this continues to move forward, all of this stuff played out on social media, right? So all of the videos, all of the posts are going to be a part of this trial. So given Mercante is now deleting tweets, this could throw her lawsuit in jeopardy. Hilarious. Timing of her aggressive digital purge couldn't be more suspicious given her recently filed lawsuit against Smash. This is from his website, so referring to himself in the first person, that heavily focuses on defamation claims. It raises serious questions as to her motivations behind her actions and the legal implications they carry. Many YouTubers, including myself, have critiqued Alyssa's behavior, myself included, and contributions to the gaming industry. Anyway, I found your, wife's Facebook. God, this is how it all started back in, May. Being a stalker to Smash's wife and asked her what she thinks about the father of her children harassing a woman online and laughing when she shares that somebody they're supporting has been threatening to eat themselves for weeks. God, you can see with such grammatical wizardry why on earth Kotaku would come to the conclusion that they need to get rid of her. I couldn't figure it out. Her past tweets, which range from crass admissions about contacting my wife, trying to disrupt our marriage, how she allegedly entered the industry, yes, of course, there's the uncensored version of the one that we've seen before, to similarly abhorrent remarks, painted a troubling picture of her public persona. These have been all deleted now. Interesting. On God, if I ever get fired, I'm going back to bartending and whatever cam work. And also truly revealing what she thinks about the gaming industry. This is just simply a day job, no passion here at all whatsoever. Well, it's unclear whether her tweets were meant as jokes. The intent really doesn't matter in a court of law. Her contents reflect poorly on her professionalism and character. She even admits that she was a cam girl, and the same tweet directly implies that she was a worker of sorts, a working girl, a part of the world's oldest profession. In fact, happy International Alyssa Mercante Day. I used to be a cam girl. Whole work is real work. Sure does. Unsurprisingly, her poor public-facing behavior have garnered significant backlash from the gaming community, yes, with many creators reacting to her posts and discussing how figures like her negatively contributed to the industry's poor reputation. Exactly, but all of this, in summation, as Ron Coleman points out, okay, with her deleting, okay, and actually there's a nice little chart that's down here, okay. I think this is Social Blade or something like that. Just shows that, she's getting rid of, it's like, I can imagine, right? Like, she's got a whole bunch of tweets that are out there, okay? Just some slow days where she posts 20, 30, 14, and then -5. That's very interesting, okay? -18, and then in more recent days, -29, -23. Doesn't mean that she also isn't active, but she's specifically deleting certain tweets. Yeah, that's not great at all. And then there's also some of her other compatriots, okay, Kim Belair, CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., Ash Parrish of The Verge. Oh my God. You guys remember when Hey Ash, What You Playing was a thing? And even, the organization Black Girl Gamers have been caught deleting tweets in an extremely alarming rate. Yeah, because all of these people could end up, specifically Sweet Baby Inc., given the fact that they're mentioned in the lawsuit, could end up playing a role in any type of trial or further litigation. And so with all of these people getting rid of a significant number of tweets, Ash Parrish, just every day is in the red. Same with Kim Belair, very strange on that one. And then of course Black Girl Gamers, 238 tweets just deleted on the 13th. Boy, that's a very, very interesting. And as Ron Coleman surmises, okay, people are asking me about what happens when a litigant destroys social media evidence, and yes, it's what you'd think. And in the excerpt from the article that he's linked, all of the aforementioned cases involve social media evidence that played or could have played a key role in the case. Were it not for the fact that the evidence was either intentionally deleted, which is obviously what's happening, not preserved in a proper or timely manner, or both. In most, there were significant penalties applied as a result of the failure to preserve. The law is clear, and the attorneys bringing or defending the claims in a litigation must appropriately supervise the preservation of evidence, exposure to sanctions, or tort claims, interesting, for the loss of relevant data, documents, or physical evidence can be substantial. And we've seen some of those notable tweets just magically disappear from Alyssa's feed. She is an idiot, and she will go from being one of the most detestable figures to one of the most unemployed and destitute figures from 2024 to 2025 in very short order. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.